Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Mars. My name's Felden, and this is the Supplying Mars Challenge. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Mars. We are now in April, and as you can see, we are using a new plough. That's right, we got, after that money that we made previously selling all those delicious syrups, I decided that we needed a bigger plough. We still kept the 9-metre one because we can technically run that the wrong way round due to Martian gravity and everything. We can run that on the small AB tractor in a pinch to do small jobs, maybe to do biodomes and stuff like that. Oops. Oh, I turned it off. My bad. That's supposed to be on create new field for there, because as you can see we are ploughing, and what we're doing is combining fields again. So this is 15, 14 and 13. We are combining into one massive field, and as expected I am going to have a tiny row of shame on the edge there. Make sure I turn this thing off. Yes. But yes, so the money has gone down by about 100 grand, give or take. Now we spent 72-ish on this, actually about 120. We spent 72 grand on this plough. This, I believe, is the same one that Warco is using on his Mars challenge, and to be fair, I kind of took a leaf out of his book. I was hoping I could avoid it, but let's face it, the man's a smart man. You know, he chose this plough for a reason. So, you know, I was looking at it and I was checking the ploughing options, and to be honest, this was the best option out there for fields this big. You know, yes, I could maybe have gotten away with using that 9-metre plough, but when we're combining these fields into something this big, it's kind of worth it. So we went ahead and bought that. Now we've also taken a leaf out of Mr. P's book and got ourselves one of those manure creation doodads, little factory things that make manure out of straw. Now the reason we've gone for that, obviously, is because we need poo. But there's two reasons really. First off, we do need to get some quick fertilizer, because we have no digestate and we keep buying the digestate. And, you know, okay, that's alright and everything, but it's also kind of a pain because we don't need to be constantly buying digestate every 5 minutes. Yeah, we want to be able to use our own stuff eventually, and I think the way we are going to do that is by having manure that we can use. So part of it is going to be manure. The majority of the manure is actually going to be going to the biogas plants. Now, I said plants. That's right. We haven't actually put the other one down yet, but we will soon enough. And what that one is a slightly different one, insofar as it does methane. And it's specifically a methane-related plough. Not plough. What's that thing that's biogas plant? It's specifically methane-related, and it's part of a pack that should enable us to get a methane sell point, and then take the methane out and sell it manually at a far greater profit than we're currently getting just selling it automatically when there's no sort of price gauge to work with, as it were. So we're going to look at that. That's going to cost us another 80 grand. So we'll probably get that built here in the not too distant future, because outside of doing this, we did decide we're going to reseed this field, this one now massive field, with sorghum, so we can make great profit and get some more of those syrups on the old go there, which is going to be fantastic. And what we will most likely be doing too at some point is buying another production. But in fact we're actually going to buy another 2 productions. But I'm not going to tell you about that until it comes time that we're actually going to do it. So there's a little bit of mystery for you. Now, what we'll probably do today is we're definitely going to buy the other biogas plant. Let's fold this thing up. And we are going to... we've got some harvesting to do. In fact, we've got the sunflower. That's the other thing. We are going to need to get sunflower header. And or corn header. Could get corn, could get sunflower. Now, haven't decided 100% yet what we're going to do for that, but we're going to get one or the other because we need to do sunflower. And I think the sunflower we were going to put in that oils factory right there and make sunflower oil for the sale. In fact, let me just check that on the old pricing menu. Sunflower oil, there it is. February. What month are we? We're in April at the moment, so that's... yeah, it's on the way down, quite a bit in fact. Although export to Earth isn't terrible, so I mean we could get that started and maybe make a quick buck on it. We'll see. Now I think this... oh crumbs, didn't mean to get out the tractor there. I think this grass field here is potentially ready to harvest. Which, if we check the map, rather than just jumping out to look at the field info, this is grass. Yeah, we can harvest that now, so we will probably harvest that. And plonk that in the BGA as well. Now, weirdly, our cows seem to be doing quite well indeed. Let's pop down and have a quick look at them. It says they're at 100% productivity, but they've only got hay. I am confused by this. Now, they do have... let's see. Now, we put hay in the main feed on both of those, but the robot machine has silage and straw in it on both pens. So it could technically make TMR. So I wonder if it's picking that up and saying, hey, it's got, yeah, like, hey, it's got TMR in it, because the productivity from just hay, I thought was only 80%, not 100%. Unless it's a visual glitch, I really don't know. But either way, and they are producing manure as well, which is lovely. So we'll probably put, because they're both doing slurry and one of them's got straw for manure, the other one does not. So this thing probably needs to hang around down here. I'm trying to think what else we've got to do at the moment. Now we obviously need to go over that thing there, because that's got the oilseed radish in it. So that will get that a fertilizing state already, which will be handy. And as will the grass, because we'll cut that and then plough it out quick, and then hit that with a seed. So that will have a bit of fertilizer on it already as well. In fact, I kind of think that might be what we need to do, because it didn't take long for that oilseed radish to actually grow. The only thing is, it means a lot of double handling, a lot of back and forth, a lot of going over stuff again and again. So yeah, we'll have a ponder on that for a bit. But for now, we're going to pop that there and grab ourselves the seeder. Oh, that's the other thing we're going to need to worry about too, is seed. Because we probably don't have enough turning radius to get that. That's hilarious. We probably don't have the seed to do a whole lot. I mean, we've got yeah, 17,159 in there. Let's set that to sorghum. That's sorghum. Now we'll fill it up with the rest of whatever's in the seed factory, and we'll have to remember to put some of the wheat in there so that we can ostensibly get some more seed on the go. Because I think we do seed and slurry in that one. I forget. There's so many. Oh, that's our manure plant as well. That's where we put that, just at the back of those silos there. So we'll start putting straw in that. Oh, crikey. Now, I think we had danced around the subject of that before, but as you can see at the back there, since we're checking out our production, we can technically teleport over here and have a look at it. So yeah, this is me teleporting over to look at it. Yeah. Okay. And we can pick this up as well. This is a big old jiggly mess of flour. I was going to call it straw then, but yeah, something's not quite right with this production point, is it? It's just had a bit of a blag and chucked out all the flour instead of doing like 5 pallets neatly on that, and then yeah, okay, we're going to have to tidy this up at some point too. Okay, so let me get back in the tractor via the telecommunications link, back in, teleport back to base, and yada yada yada, roleplay this, roleplay that. You know how it goes. you all saw me get out of the tractor, I know. Fourth wall broken, but what can you do, eh? So yeah, let's fill this up with the last of the seed, and we'll set the old robot chappie going over on that field, doing that stuff, planting the sorghum. Then, oh, it's down there, isn't it? Oh, did I turn in time? I did not. Yeah, we are going to have to buy a header for that. Oh, there's so many things I want to do, and I should probably make a list of them, because I will forget. I will definitely forget. So, let's see. I suppose what we should do first is get some manure on the go. Fill this thing up. Yeah, it's only got 20-some thousand seed in it now. 2,600 and some. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be enough to actually seed up here. And we do have a fair amount of lettuce again. We could potentially look at selling some of that. Oh, there's so many things to purchase, and so little time and money to actually get it all done in. Okay, so we are going to open this beastie out, line ourselves up here. In fact, while that's opening, we're going to run straight up to the end, and I'm not going to go across that half of the other field like I did the last time with those wheels and destroy a tiny arc of crop. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Now, I'm going to do a quick headland up at the top side, because we've got our thing up there. You can kind of see it from here. That's where 2 of our silos are that we need to fill. In fact, we've got pairs of them at the top of each of these, this group of 3 fields. So yeah, we've got these up here. So I'm just going to pop in a couple of rows of headland, just so when the robot's doing its turning thing, it doesn't have a cow and accidentally clout that what do you call it thing up there, the thing that does the stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Conveyor system. Yes, that thing. So yeah, as you can see, we've toned the dust down a bit. It's still kind of dusty, but it'll do. Yeah, there you go. There's the conveyor system. I got it all set up before. I don't think we've opened the silo yet. We'll have to do that when we start filling them, of course. But yeah, they're there, and I know my luck. I'd not put any headlands in and come back and find that conveyor belt like just what do you call it? Like turned around and in the middle of the field or something, where it got snagged on the wheel on the side of this thing. That'd be just my stupid luck. That would be. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, we've had a few changes over here. The big cranes have gone. There should be a pile of lime over there. I'm not quite seeing it as big as I thought it would be. Oh, we just needed to get a bit closer to it. There you go. Yeah, there's a pile of lime there from where it was previously. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. As well as an old digger that they've left there rusting in the lime. And there's that big pile of rocks up there that they've obviously been crushing into lime. And another exit to the outer rim beyond the dome, which Mr. P was kind enough to put in to facilitate everything after his chaps did the fantastic build job on the dome there. So yeah, let me get this seeder back underway, or we'll get this second headland on the go, and then start him on the up and downs with a worker, and then we'll head over and probably start doing the let's see, where do we need to start? Because we've got wheat to harvest and sunflower. Now the wheat will get a straw, which we can start making manure with, and the straw, the sunflower will start making us sunflower oil, which we can potentially sell. When did I say sunflower oil was up? February. Okay, we're outside of February now, but I think it was fairly good, wasn't it? Yeah, we could still get a few grand from it if it makes some quick enough. But I don't know. That's gonna cause a mess if we're not careful. Okay. Back her up, as they say. All over the field we'll go. Spin this gargantuan thing around. Now it would help if this tractor had a tiny bit more of a turning circle, but it doesn't. It was designed to turn about as fast as an iceberg on ice. An oil tanker in treacle, something like that. I'm not sure. But anyway, we are going to send this off on its way, doing its sorghum planting, and we're going to get on with something else. So I shall see you all again in a little bit once some more stuff has been done. Hello again, everyone. So, as you can see, the money has gone down a little bit, and we are looking at a lovely new biogas plant. Now, we've been busy. We mowed one of the fields, or the two grass fields just over that way, near the factories and stuff, and we purchased this. This is a second biogas plant, specifically that does methane. And we also had to get a little ramp installed in front of it just here, because you would need a conveyor belt or something to load into this. And quite frankly, I'm just too lazy for that, so I bought a ramp, so I can just back up there and tip it straight in. But yes, this deals exclusively in methane and digestate. I think it does generate electricity as well, but it auto-sells it now, or something, like it's not an actual product in the menu. But yeah, so we got that mainly as a means to generate more digestate, and a bit more money as well, because the other one we've got way over here, if I can get to it in time, in this space where one of the cranes was. This one is doing quite good. It's got a bit of methane stored in it, which we'll probably have to sell at some point, because we can't transfer it. But what we may well do is get a tank, a methane tanker, and start working with this production plant over here as well. Now, if I hop back out, I guess we were in this this tractor. We'll get into that in just a second. But yes, so if we go to the productions, we have now lettuces that are going great guns. We're going to have to sell them again soon. Actually, I don't know when the price is good on lettuce. We'll keep an eye on that. We will need to put some more fertilizer in them as well. But that's a problem for future us. Yeah, so we've got the fermenting silo that is doing silage here. We've filled that up. It's now running at 115,000 litres of grass, and it's producing silage, which is lovely. The hay is almost finished, and we will take that over to the cows. Where is the other stuff? Oh, the seeds we're going to be working on in a little bit once we start harvesting the wheat. And here we go, the mini VGA. Now this is the mini one, the first one that we've got, the small one. That will take quite a lot of different things, so we may well start doing some sugar beet or potatoes or something that we can put in there. Now manure is going to be something we'll be creating from the manure plant that we just bought, and we're going to bung that in there as well. Now this one does take straw also, so we'll probably put some straw in there, but a lot of the straw will be going to make manure with in this production right here, conveniently. And then if we go down, we've got the other biogas plant, which just takes cut sugar beet, manure, slurry, and digestate. Now we did silage rather. Now we did put some silage in there. There was, I guess, about 20,000 odd litres left in the silage fermenting silo thing. So we got that. Now it says it makes electricity and methane and digestate. So we wanted to get this on the go quick so we can actually get some digestate going and start fertilising things. And the methane is currently set to store because at some point we're going to buy a sell point for it and actually sell it manually. Because we should get more money for it. And again, this will take manure, so we'll put manure in there. The slurry from the cow pens we will likely put in either or both of these, depending on how much we've got, because it will at least create a bit of extra digestate and some more money, so that's always good. So we are now currently just setting up the automatic tractor to start seeding, and it stopped because it's not found a field. Well, that's just lovely, that is, isn't it? Let's get it started, give it a bit of a go. Is it... Oh, am I going to have to... Okay, so I can't just drill straight over this, apparently. Okay, we'll have to get the plough out on this, so let's turn that off. And I was hoping we could just do straight over that because it was grass, but apparently not. So we're going to have to run and get the plough, and then start ploughing that, and then we're going to plant poppies in it. And as you may remember from, I think, the last episode, we mentioned that Mr. P has put in some new crops, and poppies is the one we are going to try, because why not? Here we go. This is our fantastic new plough that we got, so we're going to hook up to it, hopefully. There we go. Lovely. I do like this remote control tractor, it's very cool. Aside from the turning circle, that's not cool. I think we discussed that earlier. It has the same sort of turning circle as an oil tanker in treacle, I think was how I described it, or an iceberg on ice or something. But yeah, so we are going to set a worker off doing this instead, which shouldn't take too long because it's not the world's biggest field. I mean, it's a pretty chunky field, but it'll take him a little bit to get going, so let's see if he will do that. Hey, there we go. Okay, well, while he's getting on with, actually, before he gets too far with that, I'm going to stick him out this way a little bit, because I know what will happen. You'll miss that that little bit up there. Okay, off he goes again. So, yeah, we are going to hop back into our other little tractor, which is down here, this one. There we go. Now, this was the field of oilseed radish, and we are using the reverse plough technique with this lovely 9-metre plough. We're just ploughing this under, and we're going to set probably either oats or wheat or something, oats, wheat or barley, I think, in this field, because it is going to be our seed field. Now we will put a portion of the wheat crop from our other field into the seed factory, just so we have some seed on the go. But this field will be specifically for seed, and that's all it will be used for. It's not going to be a cash crop or a production chain or anything other than seed. And I think we can put slurry in, so that actually might be what we use the cows for, is getting the slurry and popping it into the seed machine, because they should be making some slurry. But yeah, so we are going to continue on. We're going to plough the rest of this up, get the other tractor that will be doing its ploughing and then seeding, poppies in that field, so we can try one of these interesting new crops that Mr. P has managed to get available on Mars, and we'll see how they turn out. But yeah, so we'll do this. We'll probably come back in a bit, because we were, as you can see, sitting out in the field. The harvester had just begun harvesting, and then I was like, ooh, I could do this, and I could do that. I got distracted by like shiny squirrels and stuff. So yeah, we'll finish this, we'll carry on with that, and we'll come back in a little while when something else is happening. Alright, we are back for a little bit now. As you can see, we're coming up here to unload the harvester. And as you can also see, here is our semicircle of shame. That is where the wheel on the old Great Plains cut across this field while I was sowing the cornfield to our north, to the right. Yep, the wheel on the Great Plains also affects crop destruction. So yeah, there's a thing. That's going to look lovely, that is. I wanted to show that because, quite frankly, it's an embarrassment, and I should feel bad for doing that, and I do. So let's pop into build mode and just fly over here so you can have a proper look at it. Is that not glorious? Literally, I was coming down one row, just down here, and yeah, sort of driving up this way, turned around to the right to go up for the next row, and without even thinking, just sort of pulled the seeder planter thing around, and then suddenly realised it has a wheel on it, and it left that fantastic little semicircle. Is that not glorious? Sad, but glorious. So while that's unloading, and since we're in build mode, we'll have a quick whiz over down here. So we got fields 2 and 3 planted with poppies. Yeah, that is one big long field now. We've got some of this field done, as you can see. We'll start picking up the straw before too long and plonking that into various different productions. Right now we have our robot worker. He is working on this field, just popping in barley in there for us, which is perfect. That will be done shortly, and then we'll probably send the automatic worker off in the harvester. Actually, we might not, because I think we have to do this manually. So we'll leave that there, and we'll teleport into the other, back into the combine, and get going again. So yeah, I just mainly wanted to hop in and show you that disastrous row of shame before I obliterate it with the harvester, because we all make mistakes from time to time, and it never hurts to share them with everyone so we can all have a good laugh at ourselves, or in this case me. Oh, and it doesn't obliterate it with the harvester either. That's even more funny. So yes, that's just a riot, that's hilarious. Yeah, so I made that tiny whoopsie, and yes. Now I just decided to do a couple of headlands up this end as well, mainly because I think we have to have the case pulling the little John Deere picker-upper device, and we all know the turning circle on the case. So yeah, a couple of extra rows should hopefully prevent us running through the other crop and leaving weird track marks in it like we did here. So yeah, we are going to continue on with this, I think. We'll get this harvested. That first trailer load there, I'm actually going to pop that into the seed factory and get that rolling with some seed. We'll have to put some slurry in as well. But yeah, so we'll get that on. Oh, we also ploughed out a field, going in a fairly straight line here. We ploughed out a field in this dome here, the one that's up against the cliff edge. We ploughed out a nice large field there, which we are going to put probably grass in, I would say at a guess. So we have all these fields as grass. Oh, and the worker has completed their task. Fantastic. Yeah, so we'll probably put that biodome as grass, just for the sake of having some more grass on the go, because, you know, that will probably be our primary source of silage for the BGAs and the cows as well, for food for them. We are going to be chopping that crop there with a silage chopper header thing at some point on that John Deere. Mostly so. Oh, and I've got a row of shame there. I'll pick that up at the end, maybe, if I remember. There's only a few, probably just a few litres on that. It's not going to be massive. So if we forget about it, then no harm, no foul. But yeah, so we've got that crop for silage as well, which will probably go a fair way. We may even consider putting an alternative or a second silage fermenting silo thing in, because the one we've got, again, is going quite well, but it is slow and we need it fast. So we'll either put a second one in, or possibly I'm thinking the one from that we used on the No Tractor Challenge. I think it's the Hessian Farm Pack silo, fermenting silo. That one, I think, if I remember correctly, takes straw as well. Or we might look at putting one down that does exclusively chaff. That might even be a better way to do it, because I think there's some cheap ones out there. We'll have to have a check, probably next time, or maybe off camera while we're collecting up all this straw and stuff, depending on how much straw we get. I think the Hessian fermenting silo takes straw and hay and grass and chaff and makes silage with it. So we might get that one. We might get one that does just straight chaff or something, but we'll figure that out. We will figure that out later on. And then probably next time we'll be starting with the sunflower harvest, because we do need to get on with that. So yeah, without further ado, I shall continue on harvesting this lovely, lovely wheat, and with any luck, we shall see you again another day. So yeah, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like, and do consider hitting the old subscribe button there too if you have not already, because you know, subscribers are very, very much appreciated, and you know, so are likes and comments. They're always welcomed. Every little bit helps get the old YouTube algorithms going and spreading the glorious word of Feldcorp right there on the edge of the harvester and on that side too. Yes, so yeah, comments are always welcomed, and if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And on that note, we shall leave another row of shame. In fact, I'm going to fix this one right now, because, yeah, quite frankly, no. We're not going to leave that there. We just can't. But yes, if you have enjoyed this, I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope we will see you next time as we continue on with the Supplying Mars Challenge. And don't forget to check out Mr. P Gaming's Livehouse on YouTube and Facebook, and also Walko Entertainment. They are also doing this challenge, and Mr. P did come up with this challenge, so it's all his fault. So go follow him and follow both of them. Watch their content, give them subscribes and likes and all the good stuff. And we shall see you next time. Cheerio, everyone.